I feel like Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation right now, where he looks at his bonus and because today was the second worst dash that I've ever had. So you'll want to stay tuned for the whole video. Don't shut it off after 2 or 3 minutes. Or if you do, make sure to come back and watch the rest of it because it goes from like just kind of a little bit bad to worse to almost the worst dash that like I said, that I've had. I thought I'd go ahead and run through. I didn't do a recap for yesterday, so I thought I'd run through yesterday's orders first. Yesterday was actually a pretty decent day, and I'll just kind of run through it. Kind of start off with kind of typical standard stuff. I took my first order, $6, 5 Mile McDonald's, whatever. You can tell I'm still pissed here. I'm pissed. I took this 925, 10 miles, and so I didn't get a picture of the shopping list, but this was an easy shop. 7 of the 13 items were like seasonings from the seasoning aisle, so this was a pretty easy shop. Then we get a 625 9 mile. I took this because this is all in zone, and most of the miles is just going from one of my pickup areas to the other. So this order didn't bother me. Is delivering to the ER at the hospital, easy as can be delivery. Wish I would have had an easy day like that today as well. Unbelievable, man. What did I do with this one? This was a decline. 875, 10 miles. Going in the vicinity of downtown, so that's pretty much an easy decline. This one, I took this. Don't know anything about this order, 104 order, but it is what it is. Who cares? I decline this again. This is our newest acquisition to the room. This new Wonder Woman figure we got at the toy department in Kohl's yesterday. But I feel like either that or something else in this. Maybe this pop can. I feel like throwing something across the room. I'm not a downtown delivery driver. That's not my zone. Get your own drivers. Get your own. There's places to shop in downtown Columbus. I'll shut up. There's more to come in this video. I'll shut up for now. I'm gonna lose it. I'm telling you. I don't know. Is door dashing gonna be the death of me? I don't really know. What is this? 1250 Meyer decline because it's downtown and I'm not a downtown driver. What's next? All of this is from yesterday, so I don't remember. 11. I took this because now this is kind of rare. I've had this happen a couple times before where I just run a Meyer order just across the street. So that's, even though this is 25 items, I went ahead and took it, and I got lucky. There was multiples. See, another thing I thought of yesterday, I think DoorDash should change it to where they don't show, it's just one little extra thing. show the number of different items and then the total items. So here's the shopping list. Okay, 10 of these was just this one item, the burrito. So I only had, so it come across as 25 items, but there's only 12 items to shop for. So I really wish that they would make a change and going forward put what you should see first is the number of different items to shop for, and then put the total. So this was an easy shop. This whole screen right here is frozen department. So I probably, like, 80% of the order was in the frozen department, and then I just had a couple things in the rest of the store. It was an easy shop and delivered literally right across the street. And then the pay screen for that, $8 DoorDash, $4 tip, $12. Only took me 13 minutes to shop. Pretty easy there. Then I had a PetSmart. Again, second consecutive order. It would have helped if they would have shown the total different number of items, because all this was pedigree canned dog food. It was this whole shop was in one like 4-foot section of shelving. It was all right there, and it was like six different items, 6 or 7 different flavors. I went to check out and I saw a fellow Dasher, a friend of mine who's a subscriber to this channel, and he recognized me, so we started talking DoorDashing stuff, and then the cashier jumped in and started a little bit of DoorDash conversation with us. So that was funny. She said she dashed one time and here not too long ago and got $100 tip. And I haven't seen anything like that yet. So then I get this Target. So I went ahead and took this. Yeah, this isn't too bad. 16 bucks, almost $17. Only going less than 7 miles. So I took that. And then they went to stack it with this $9.50 Pet Supplies Plus. So I get PetSmart and Pet Supplies Plus in the same dash. $9.50 for only 3 items, which was one bag of dog food, which was like literally like right inside the door as you walk in. Is one of the first items I seen in the store was, and then 2 things from the cat department, and so that was pretty easy. And then a screenshot of the Target breakdown. So $7.75 DoorDash, $9 tip. So thank you very much. I'll take it. Diamond pay order. So that was it for this dash yesterday, and because my wife was off and we wanted to do a little bit of shopping. So I finished 8 deliveries, $76 in less than 3.5 hours active time. So pretty much right on track with my $25 an hour, and only 66 miles driven. So I was 10 miles under goal on that. So a pretty good dash for as short as it was. And so my wife and I threw out, there's a place up in North Columbus that we like to eat at called Jason's Deli. So I threw that out as a suggestion, and my wife immediately said, yes, I want to go there. So we go up there, we eat, we do a little bit of we only go to one store, the Kohl's. It's, where I got that. And we got a few other things from Kohl's. And then I was tired. We're heading back home on the interstate, and I run over a nail. And Fortunately, the tire didn't like blow out, but I felt the car like move a little bit, and then all of a sudden see my tire pressure light come on. But my car wasn't all of a sudden like thumping, like when you have a blowout. And I was still driving it. So, but still, and then I also smelled like a little bit of burning rubber smell coming into the car. So I didn't know if that was my car or another car. But I still like a little bit concerned or whatever. A couple exits later, I pull off and I didn't see anything at first. And then I walk around the car one more time, and then I hear the shh. And I look at the back tire where that noise is coming from, and I seen the nail. So then, for the rest of the drive home, fortunately, I have an air compressor that I've had for years, and I keep it in the car. So I filled it back up with that, but the tire was like actively leaking. So basically, the rest of the drive home, I drive like a half a mile to a mile, stop again somewhere, fill it back up, drive another mile, stop, put more air in, and that's how we had to make at least three, maybe four stops to put air. And I had to pee too, bad. And but fortunately, the route that I took, one of the stops was to a park here, near where I work. Actually, my W-2, and I knew they had a portage on there, so I ran to the portage on while the air was filling in my tire. And then, unfortunately, I was able to get that fixed. I couldn't get an appointment, but they took me in as a walk-in, and I got a new tire. And come to find out, two of my other tires need change too. So the tread on them's low, they said. So I'm gonna switch them out, because and now all four tires I know is gonna be bought from the same place, and I have the warranties and guarantees and everything. And so, but it's just kind of unfortunate. And come to think of it now, maybe I shouldn't have got the car worked on yesterday. Maybe I should have just figured on not dashing today and kept the original appointment that I made for today. And maybe I shouldn't have dashed, because today was bad. It didn't start out all that bad. So we started out with a decline. Um, it, you know, I thought about, I considered taking this, but even though it's almost just like 50 cents a mile, but because I know it's probably going to the prison, and that's an easy delivery, but it's too many miles. You see, this got all the way down to 7 seconds. I thought about being stupid and taking that, but I didn't. And then I took this a little bit closer to home here. 475, 6.9 miles, whatever. Then I got a hidden tip order stacked onto it for only an additional mile and a half. So, okay, fine. Yeah, sweet. And then that ended up being just $1. So 11.75 on those two orders. So not too bad. Off to a fairly decent start. Had my next decline here. You really want me to go into Dollar General for 29 items? I mean, and chances, and then I saw where it was going to Darbydale. That's more than likely the trailer park. And I would not have been surprised whatsoever if all of this $9.50 was DoorDash pay and a 0 tip, being that it was 29 items. That was my hunch when I saw this. And I'm not I wasn't gonna get lucky and accept this and it only be 4 different things and like 15 of one thing and 10 of another, and that wasn't. It was probably gonna be 18 to 22 items, different items anyway. So decline. So I have to wait 5 minutes, and I decline this just because it's the first day of the month, and I can I can decline as much as I want. It's brand new month. Got a long ways to go until December 31st when I need to make sure I'm at 70% acceptance. So, I wasn't feeling this order, so I declined it. So I decline a $4.50 order and I take a $3 order. It's not really funny, but I mean, it's only a mile. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take this. I know it's only $3, but it's just a mile. And this picked this up and delivered it. Probably took me 10 minutes, and I picked up $3. You know, this I don't know. This might have been my best order of the whole entire day. Just keep watching here, folks. It gets bad. I took this $4, not just like a mile and a half. So yeah, I went ahead and took that order. Then this right here, I mean, if ever there was a hot decline, it'd be this right here. I mean, this was like a burning red hot decline right here. I've already talked about in multiple videos my issues with Giant Eagle. And as Rob Parker would say, no way, no how would I take that order. And I'm surprised. I was really surprised that I didn't burn my hands or whatever. That this was so hot that I'm surprised, like holding my phone to decline this offer, that my hands didn't burn, but they didn't. I'm still ticked off, big time. I took my break after that decline. 9 o'clock break time. I was only at $18.75. So I get this order from home. This is a decline. This just isn't enough to motivate me to get out of the house. Sorry. Then we take this. This was the first. It's funny because at the time, this order like really irritated me, and and I knew I had enough with this order right here, enough of a story to tell to make a video. Not thinking in my wildest dreams that it would get 10 times worse than this. So I took this. It's kind of, I mean, this order really is as bad as it looks on the surface. You look at this, $14.25 for 17 miles. 3 stops. Joe, don't take this. But I took it. So, I don't know. I just, like I said, I was only at like $18. This was going to put me like up over 30, even though it's higher mileage. But I thought, well, Jolly Pirate's normally an easy pickup. And then at this Meijer, I only got one item. Now, for the first time, I'm going to a different Meijer. This isn't the Meijer in my zone. So, but I was trying to stay upbeat about it and positive. I was like, well, let me go into the Rome Hilliard Meyer and I'll go in there and I'll scope it out here and I'll do some discreet surveillance on this other Meyer and check it out and see what's all going on here. And it'll be all good. So, uh, no real problems with the Jolly Pirate. And what was the one item at Meyer? You might guess. Now, before I show the one item, you see here, picking up a Jolly Pirate here. I'm going there. The way this is routed, they're having me go past the customer, like 3 miles past the customer to go to this Meijer. And then it's not quite 3 miles, it's like 2.7 or whatever. And then, the 2 points get the one item and then 2.7 back. So what am I driving to the Meijer for like over 5 miles extra on the route? What could it be, the one item from that Meijer? You fucking kidding me? Or are you kidding me here? A 2 liter of Sprite. I couldn't believe this when I pulled in. You gotta be kidding me. And I know the customer probably went on, like picked selected Meijer and, ordered a 2 liter Sprite from Meijer. But for gosh sakes, because at Jolly Pirate, there's a UDF right across the street that I picked up from many orders before, and I'm sure they'd have a 2 liter Sprite available. There's Speedway just down the street. I could have gotten a 2 liter Sprite, and it would have saved over 5 miles off this trip. You kidding me here? And why the system can't recognize that and alert the customer, hey, Mrs. Customer, you ordered a Sprite from Meijer, but actually with the Jolly Pirate, we can have the Dasher pick it up at UDF if that's cool. It's just such and such price difference, and you'll get your order 20 minutes faster. I don't get it. I don't. Unbelievable. This ended up delivering to a nursing home. So you know, then I kind of calmed down a little bit because I don't know. I don't know why I felt bad. Well, I need to chill out. I'm doing something for a nursing home resident. I'm doing something good here, and so let's just let these issues go here. So here's the breakdown. 10.25, and she tipped $2 on each thing. I kind of messed up on the drop off. I took my picture and started to walk away, and sometimes I forget. No, you gotta take a picture for each order, and I didn't feel like walking all the way back, so I just selected hand to customer on the second one. So, but there it is right there. But that's why I'm a 1 star driver. 1 star. That was as 1 star of service as you can get right there. I took this again. A lot of just a kind of. I shouldn't have took this. This was too much driving for just $4. You know, in this situation and where that was going, it wasn't dropping off near any of the restaurants. So I took a picture of the order and then, but I forgot to mark out the customer's name on it, so I don't have that screenshot. But it was just a hot fudge cake. That's it. A hot fudge cake, individual slice. The first major problem of today right here. I've talked about Giant Eagle. I've talked about Aldi's. This offer comes across $13, only 3 miles, 15 items. I did not like this at all. Anytime I see Aldi's or Giant Eagles, it's trouble, all in capital letters, bold letters. And like a fool, I took it. So I get into Aldi. I see the shopping list. Well, this has 5 of that, and then a couple other multiples. This is the whole entire shopping list. So it says 15 items, 2, 4, 6. There's only 9 different things to shop. So I'm like, okay, let's try to do this. I get inside the store and the bread is pretty much right inside the store on the right hand side. So I found these bagels pretty easily. Then we'll just walk down a little further. The snacks are to your left. Okay, so I found this right here, the Frito-Lay chips multi-pack, and that's all I found for this order. There's 2 other snacks. Where's the pretzels right here, and maybe these granola bars, maybe, but definitely the pretzels should have been in that aisle. Okay, so I'm in the snack aisle. I see some other pretzels, but it's not those. It's like from this brand, I see the bigger like pretzel rods. And I'm like, well, I don't see these 2 things here, but maybe like in the next aisle, let me turn the corner here. And the next aisle is something like completely, totally different. Like, I don't know, like pizza sauces and spaghetti or soups it's a completely different aisle. So and I kind of look above at the signs. I don't see anything that says like, any other aisles that say snacks. That was it. That little tiny aisle that I had just went through, that was the snacks. I guess. And only one of the 3 items would be in there. And like then I look for this Cascade. And again, a very tiny aisle where I presume all of the cleaning stuff is. But it's so aggravating. Like an Aldi, they also have another aisle or 2. They have like these hodgepodge aisles where I don't know if it's supposed to be like clearance stuff or just stuff from throughout the store that they throw in an aisle or something. I have no idea what the method to the madness. But any of these things, I guess, could have been over in that other area. Long story short, I did not want to mess with this whatsoever. I was getting aggravated like super fast. I'm going to drop this. Drop. cut my losses and get out of here. And I was telling my wife a little bit later, and I may have said this before in a previous video, but at some point, I probably need to sit down with somebody who understands an Aldi's grocery store better than I do. Am I just like not getting something about Aldi's, or am I missing the boat on something, or what? Why is the store 10 feet long by 10 feet wide and you can't find stuff? I don't understand Aldi's. And what I was telling my wife, the example I kind of thought of, what this kind of reminds me of, see, I'm wondering if it's something simple that I'm just not understanding. It reminds me of, let's say, somebody that's opening a bottle of medicine for the very first time. And somebody like a 14 or 15-year-old kid that up until that point, the parents always open this is the very first bottle of medicine that they try to open on their own. And they're sitting there messing with it, fidgeting with it, and getting frustrated. I can't open this bottle of medicine. They go to their parent or somebody for help, and they're, oh, son, you got to push down on the lid and then turn it. Oh, okay, I get it now. And that's what I wonder about me and Aldi's. Is there some little tiny stupid thing or some stupid thing I need to know, that something simple that I'm missing, that if I just knew that, then I'd be able to be the best Aldi's Doordash shopper that ever lived. But I'm missing one piece to the puzzle. But I dropped it. I dropped it. I get these. You seen, earlier the stacked giant eagle drop. So I should have got this drop. Then a giant eagle drop. I should just drop all of them. It'd be nice if you could, if you could pause orders from certain locations that you don't want to pick up from. It'd be nice if they implemented something like that, but they probably won't. And it's just like, then an order like this comes across, and well, I know I've had my problems, but let's try it. I think I can do it. Nope, you can't. You can't go into Aldi's and shop an order and complete it. You can't. Then they stack it with sushi from next door at the Kroger. So I take this. So after I drop the Aldi's, then I have my sushi order to do. So I went next door. I had to wait a few minutes, but no big deal. I got that, delivered it. $5 is better than nothing. A decline. $8.75, 16 items. Not doing it. Just not doing it. Especially as frustrated as I was that Aldi shopping order. Any guesses as to would you think I accepted this or declined this one? Decline. Then they give it right back to me. Same order. They give it right back on to me, and they think that stacking a $4.75 China wok and an extra mile is all of a sudden going to make me want to do it. I'm sorry, that wasn't it. You need, maybe if you would have stacked a a $200 order on it, then I would have dropped. Then, then I probably would have accepted it and dropped the oldies. Then I get this order, and the frustration just continues on and on. 850, 6.6 miles. I went ahead and took this. It delivered not to a familiar customer, but to a familiar street. It delivered right across from where we take our dog sometimes to board him. So very familiar with the street. And so I go to the Jets, and I'm picking up 3 pizzas and a bread. And like, when I look at this order, 3 pizzas, a bread, some kind of a dessert, and a 20-ounce of pop. And I'm like, this is paying me $8.50? And I don't know, people watching this video, if you have Jet's Pizza, or another expensive one we have in this zone is Flyers Pizza. But those 2 pizza places, you could almost put Tammy's in there as well, are super expensive pizza places. You're talking, for one pizza from Jet's Pizza, you're talking $500 to $1,000. So I knew this. I don't know why this didn't come across as a catering order, but you're talking a minimum $1,500 order for 3 pizzas. And like, how am I getting $8.50? So I was real curious to see the background. Now I get to the customer, and this, I don't know if this really didn't turn out too well, but this is what I had to step out into: a muddy, wet, gravelly, almost like a construction zone area. But I forget what type of business this was or whatever, but there's all kinds of like construction equipment and cranes and all kinds of crap, and I delivered in the mud to this customer, and more about that in a couple more screenshots from now. So here's the breakdown. So the customer did tip $6.50, but how in the world did I get $2 from DoorDash on an order subtotaling like $1,500 to $2,000? I'm speechless. I'm speechless here. Unless, I don't know, can you use coupons or rewards from these different? Could the customer had like $1,450 worth of Jet's Pizza rewards that you can use placing an order on DoorDash, and it was really only like a $50 order? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't understand this at all. This, I think, was a drop, wasn't it? This was a drop. Going out to Obets, 675, 9.4. No thanks. So I took this order. We're starting to get worse now. I take this order. And can I not clearly see that this symbol right here is not only downtown Columbus, but actually a little bit north of it, the north side of downtown Columbus? What in the world am I thinking by accepting this order? What was I thinking? And I wanted to stay. I told my wife earlier that I wanted to stay in zone, and I was going to decline a whole bunch of stuff. because we had a high dollar Cyber Monday purchase that was going to be delivered here, and I wanted to stay close to home, and I took this order. I guess I took it because it was 1875 and the Best Buy was only one item. But still just foolishness. I accept it, immediately get a message that the Chipotle's ready. Okay, well, that's at least some good news. So I go to the Chipotle, and here's the next picture I was talking about. Look at my foot tracks from from my car to the Chipotle for that mud that was still on my shoes from the previous delivery. Oh man. Okay, so I go in the Chipotle. The Chipotle's ready. And then um, okay, so this was the next this next thing, just like really, really and truly like aggravated me. So well, let me get Best Buy pickup was next. So let me just go ahead and do that next. And this is jacked up too. I go to Best Buy. Here's my item to shop for. What is this? Apple white pencil tips. What is this? I kind of looked around. I went to the Apple accessories aisle and I kind of briefly glanced through there. I didn't see this, whatever it is. And then I go to get help. They just point me to the aisle that I was already in. So I go back to that aisle. Then this other associate comes and say, I'm looking for this item. And then I said something to the associate, I've been an Apple user now for 11 years and I have no clue what this is. And the associate just flat out ignored me, just no response at all. And found a box of them, but not thinking that was it. I think she thought it was just like one tip. But I went and I looked at it, I was like, no, I think this is a 4-count. I went and scanned it, and that was the item. So I had the item, I went up front and paid, and, I was going to watch a YouTube video about somebody had just purchased some of these and was going to test them out. So I was going to watch that video first before I shot this to try to, so I knew what these even were, but I haven't watched the video yet. So that was jacked up. And then I go to so next is the Chipotle delivery. And again, it's stuff like this that makes me a 1-star delivery driver. It was in right there, plain as day for anybody to see in the driver instructions, delivering to the middle school. And I'm following GPS, I'm going along, and I pull into the complex, and I pull up to the school, and I pull up to a door, and I get out of the car, I go up to a locked door, but I can still see through the window, and it's locked, and there's no buzzer or anything, but I do see a little girl that looks like she's about like 3 years old. Indication number 1 that this is not a middle school. But what do? I drive around to the front of the building and I park. I found the main doors. I go in there. Another delivery driver had just left, so they leave the door, hold the door open for me. They're like, well, who are you delivering for? I give the name. You sure that's not the middle school? Well, hold on, let me check. And I back out of the camera. And sure enough, look at the driver notes. It's delivering to the middle school. I start walking away, back to my car. I look at the front of the building, and in huge letters across it's in bigger letters than the biggest marquee on Broadway in New York City. Elementary school, all in bold. Just absolutely unacceptable. That was just like DoorDash should have seen that I pulled up to the elementary school instead of the middle school and just deactivated me like on the spot before I even delivered that order. Unacceptable. And then that's why I'm a 1-star delivery driver. What's the next screen here? So I deliver that, and then the Best Buy, like I said, delivers to downtown. It delivers near one of the high-rise hotels near the convention center. Thank you very much. And so I'm driving down that way, and I'm like, well, I mean, how in the world is this going to go? I'm already ticked off enough as it is, and now I'm going straight into the heart of downtown madness on a Friday. This is not looking like too good here. This is not looking good at all. The customer had messaged me, hey, I accidentally put building 2 and I'm actually in building 1. I'm like, okay, whatever. I actually kind of like turn around in the street to park, next to I thought 1 and 2 would be side by side. No, they were across the street from each other. So I wasn't supposed to do a U-turn. So I park next to 2, realize that 1 is over there. So I jaywalk across the street through traffic to get to building number 1. Fortunately, they had a delivery table marked for deliveries in the lobby, so that was perfect. Took my picture, jaywalked back to my car. And then again, here's the payout screen on that. And then it's not over. It wasn't over. Then I get this. And I think I have 3 screenshots here. I only took 2 of them. And I so like flustered or whatever. Now I can't remember which one like I didn't take. Maybe I'll think about it here in a second. But so I dropped that off, and so what time was this pay? Okay, so almost immediately you see, after I closed out that order, I get this and I take it because I'm right near the pickup and it is coming south. It's not coming back to zone, but it's part of the way, and I'll make $9.50. Okay, so I took that. And I believe. Okay, so this right here I declined. I remember now. Because I took that order, and I took it because it's coming south, and then the system, what does the system now think I'm a downtown Columbus, Ohio driver? This is downtown pickup and delivery. This is for a downtown zone driver, which at least I thought I am not. And I did not log into that zone this morning. I've never logged in to do a dash in that zone. Decline. That was 1 minute later. Then this almost immediately. So I'm getting bombarded with these downtown pickups. So I take this one because that one is, the delivery's heading south like the first one. So I take this, plus it's a hidden tip. Poke Bunny, or I pronounce it Pokey. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I know we were on a trip one time and I ate some and was grossing my wife out by eating pokey or poke or however it's supposed to be pronounced. So I took this. So you're looking at, I was probably going to make $20 or close to it off those two orders. So then I follow GPS for the first order, and I apparently the Charlie's, or what was it called again? Charlie's cheesesteaks apparently was inside one of the hotels. So I followed GPS to it was kind of like the entrance area to a garage, and like basically where you could pull up to a couple of these different hotels. And I wasn't exactly sure, like the hotel I was supposed to go to, where it was at. And I was like, okay, at this point, I am done here. I've this dash is about as bad as it can get, and I've had enough. I don't care about the numbers or anything. You know what? These two orders, I'm dropping these orders. I don't even care where Pokey Bunny is, Poke Bunny, Poke, but however you pronounce it, I don't care where that is or what kind of order or pay that was going to be. I'm dropping that one too. And I'm pausing the dash and getting out of Dodge, like right now. And it's funny. Yesterday in the middle of my dash, I recorded the video, and I'll be posting that this weekend. And one of the things I talked about was how I don't drop that many, hardly ever drop orders. Well, that was like until today. And like, who is it that has died and passed on that now thinks it's funny to punk me every time I say stuff like this? And, so you don't think you drop many? Oh, guess what I'm going to do to you today, Joe? And goes to from somebody from the other side, punking me. I don't think it's my mom. I mean, I can't see my mom doing that. I can't picture either one of my two fathers doing that to me. My grandparents, all intents and purposes, I never met. I only, only one was alive when I was born and passed away when I was 1 year old. So I can't see my grandparents messing me over. It's got to be a coworker that didn't like me. That's the only thing I can think of. Some past coworker that's moved on. But even still, can't you just rest in peace? I mean, you passed away and moved on. It's supposed to be like, nice, peaceful, eternal rest. Why you gotta? What's the point of messing around and punking the 50-something dasher? Well, I don't get it. What are you getting out of that? So now I'm at 96%, which I don't know that maybe once before I might have been that low. Doesn't give me much room for error at all now, or wiggle room, whatever you want to say. Now I can only drop one. I can only drop one order until 99 falls off, and I still got 35 orders to go before 99 falls off. And then I've got 100 orders from today before those three drop off from today. Unbelievable. So I may take the next couple weeks, I don't know, I may take the little tiny crappy junky $2 and $3 orders just for order count purposes to get my 100 orders. So what I did was I paused the dash, figuring that I already mentioned we had a package, and I figured I'd come back to my zone. As I was coming back, I got the notification it had delivered. And it's like, slightly raining outside, so I got to get home to get that package inside. And I was kind of wondering, the 35-minute pause, if this is going to take more than 35 minutes to get home, I mean, traffic seemed that bad. By the time I got home, got the package in and was outside with the dog, there was only 8 minutes left on that timer. That's how long all that took. So then I got him back inside, unpause the dash, and the way this dash was going to this point, I'd only take a catering order straight up. And also, like, what is the bet when you're stressed, upset, everything? What is the best comfort food that you can get to kind of calm everything down? Taco Bell, baby. So I resumed the dash and I made my way up to Taco Bell. And if I got a catering order by the time I got there, I'd stop and do that. Otherwise, as soon as I got to Taco Bell, and I didn't get any orders, and so as soon as I got to the Taco Bell speaker, I ended the dash. 11 deliveries, only $70. 3.5 hours active time. I guess. Or White Castle. White Castle's good comfort food. But yeah, so just like I said, the second worst dash ever. I might do a video one of these days on the worst dash ever. Maybe I might, like, my video journal. This is an idea. One of these days where I talk about that dash, because this was a couple months or whatever before the YouTube channel. I could maybe clip out the segment from my actual journal video where I talk about that and post that as a video. So I have to keep that in mind, because that dash was a doozy. But anyway, I'm gonna jump off here, and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully next week gets better. I mean, it has to. Make sure to like this video, or you can even dislike it, because this dash sucked. Can't believe I'm telling people to dislike the video. Make sure to check out my other videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And thank you again for watching. Until next time.